Hello and welcome to the Intercession Hub. I am Jay Stefan. I hope all is well with you and your family. If you've been affected by the furloughs, I just pray for you. I pray that all is well with you. I pray that if you know somebody who's been affected, that you just reach out to them and just check on them, make sure they're doing okay. Because this is a tough time for a lot of people. So I just definitely want to lift them up before I even get started on that. Okay. So if you know anybody who's definitely been affected, or if you were affected, um, I just I just lift you up in prayer, definitely, and I just pray that all your needs are being met. All right, in the mighty name of Jesus, Amen. All right. So, man, this session, boy, let me tell y'all, I have been battling, uh, trying to do this justice, and I don't think I can. So today we are praying over God's greatest creation. All right, and God's greatest creation is women. Okay, we are praying for women. Okay, I know there's a woman in your life right now who you love, who you admire, who's pouring into you, whether that's your wife, your mother, your daughter, your aunt, nieces, neighbors. I don't care. I know there's a woman. I know we all have a woman or women in our lives that love us, that we love, we care for, they care for us, they pour into us. We just need to lift them up in prayer, okay? We really do. I would not want to be on this earth without no women at all. What would I have? I mean, for what? Why would I work out? I don't even want tattoos without a woman. Come on now. Beard be trash. I wouldn't shave my head look like George Jefferson on steroids. Yeah, it'd be bad. But yeah, I thank God for women. I really do. I thank God for women. I really do. Y'all are just amazing. Um, man, y'all are amazing. And y'all definitely need prayer. The best way to really pray for a woman is kind of understand some of the challenges that, being a woman comes with. We can start with the superficial, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. 'Cause I love the superficial. Superficial looks of a woman are just wow. God put a it factor in women. Okay, and if we start with their superficial looks, I could go on for hours, days, months, years talking about how beautiful women are. Now, with beauty comes a downside to that, right? Especially with this society, it's hypersexual. So that means, everything's sexual, everything's sexualized. So they always want to sexualize and over sexualize women. So that's something that women have to deal with. And just imagine being a 12-year-old girl and you have a 25-year-old body. Like I can't fathom that. But I have a daughter, and when I hear people say, "Man, your daughter gonna look like your wife," and I'm like, Lord Jesus, yeah, help me, Jesus. I got my shotgun ready just in case. She got two brothers. She gonna be all right, but that's a lot for a woman to do. A child to deal with. You're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 year old. Uh, you're a kid. Let's just be honest. You're a kid, and you're built like you're 25. That's a lot, and you're gonna get a lot of unnecessary attention. Even grown women who are just minding their business, they could be, in a relationship. They could be married, and they're just minding their business. They get hassled just because they look, they fine. I ain't gonna lie, they sexy, and a lot of people can't control, their they can't control their flesh, so they say things and they do things that are just, unnecessary and make them feel uncomfortable. So that's, the superficial looks of women, and it can be a hassle. As a man, I don't think about that. I'm like, shoot, you look me up and down, ain't gonna bother me. Yep, you pop my chest on them. It doesn't bother me because I'm a man. But a lot of women don't feel comfortable with that. Like when they're going out, like when we go out, my wife was like, okay, is this, presentable? Like, is this too much cleavage? I was like, girl, there ain't no such thing as too much cleavage. It ain't enough cleavage if you ask me. It's like, John, you're ignorant. I can't help it. I am just a man. Sorry. But it's just something that women, they face. They have to deal with that. So that can be, be a lot on their plate. And, since we're talking about the body, just imagine having a period, you know, if you're a guy. Like, I can't even. Mm-mm. No, I don't want that. No. I've I've asked God, my Lord, can you just did you have to give him 7 days of discomfort? You know, couldn't they just get it all out in one swoop and be done with it and carry on? But that's a lot. That comes every month, and sometimes it comes at the worst time. You just imagine you running in the Olympics, and then boom, your period starts. You graduate, ready, right? Boom, period starts. Party, you ready to get your dad? Boom, period. You be driving, stuck in traffic. Boom, period. Like swimming parties. Summertime. Boom, period. And it's not only that; it's what comes along with it. Like you get mood swings. Man, cramps. You imagine cramping every month? Some women have it bad. Like headaches, nausea, vomiting. That's a lot, and I would be ignorant if I didn't acknowledge that. I'm glad that women are strong enough to carry that, but that's a burden, bro. Like, I don't want that. I'm good. Mm-mm. I get a hangnail, I'm out. Then on top of that, they gotta carry a baby for 9 months, like 9 whole months, and I mean, all the complications that can come with that. Preeclampsia. This is who. You can have. It's a lot. You gotta protect that baby for 9 months. Then you gotta deliver that baby, and hope that baby makes it full term. What if you lose that baby? My wife had a miscarriage. I know a lot of people that have had several miscarriages just get one child. That's a lot on their mental, on their physical. Then your body has to expel that child. You may have to have the baby removed. That's tough. It really is. And women, I mean, they do it all day, every day. But as a man, it's just good to kind of acknowledge, what they go through, and just give them they flowers, man. That's not easy. That's not easy at all. Um, their bodies, and then on top of that, let this sink in. Then they got menopause. Like menopause, really? Like I thought they was done after the periods, right? Nah, they got menopause, and they got hot flashes. Stay with a fan on. That can change their mood. It's a lot. Women have to go through a lot, and back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, when women really weren't working, a lot of them were put in situations that they really had to depend on a man for income and survival. So a lot of those dudes were cheating on those women, verbally and physically abusive. So society has not been easy on women. It really hasn't. The workplace, a lot of them get harassed. Their wages aren't the same. They're not comparable to a man. So just kind of having that perspective of what women deal with, you can really have a greater appreciation for them. Having a daughter, oh my God, that changed my whole world, my whole outlook on how I look at women. Like I don't even pray the same. So when my wife was pregnant, it was two other ladies that were pregnant, and they were all getting ready to be born around the same time, and it's during COVID. So I'm like praying to God, like I had to change my whole everything. I'm praying for that these kids, number one, that they don't have, that they never get any type of cancers, especially cervical or breast. I just pray that they didn't have any endometriosis. Like I'm praying that their menstrual cycles are easy, that it's not too much on them. Like I pray for their future spouses that they don't hurt them. It was just it's just different when you have your baby girl. It changes your whole world. Let me tell you. Like I trust no one. Like I used to trust everybody, and now I don't trust a soul. When it comes to that little mama, I don't trust a soul. But because I know how much she means to me, and she's pretty much a reflection of her mother and a female version of me, and I gotta protect and provide. That's the natural instincts that any man should have for you know women in general, especially your daughters and your wives. Protect and provide. That should just come naturally. Like and having a daughter and being married really did change my perspective on women in general. So I thank God for that opportunity. Because I mean, whoo, man, having a daughter, let me tell you. Now, I'm gonna do a segment. Matter of fact, next week so we can pray for our girl dads because it's not easy on us. Man, it's not easy. For us bald head daddies out here, we struggling. We got these pretty daughters, we struggling. You hear me? But yeah, having a daughter will change your whole outlook. You're more in tune to what women go through. You really are, and you get a better appreciation for them in general, but how society treats them, and you get that awareness. You're like, okay, I see how things are, you know. But yeah. So women they go through a lot, but oh my God, one thing I really do appreciate, y'all are just your work of arts. We're gonna talk about the superficial beauty of a woman. Cause I mean, yes, I don't want to objectify you all, but man, y'all are just. I can't help it. Like sometimes you just look at women, and you be like, Lord, you created all that. Yeah. Like Lord, I mean the way the face is angelic, right? Not only that, you go down to that body. Oh my word! I'm like, oh Jesus, Lord Almighty, chopped and screwed like karate. I mean, women they just that superficial is dangerous. It's lethal. Oh, I love it, but it's lethal, man. I appreciate it. I think it's magnificent. Some of y'all are so curvy and voluptuous, and they have these round rear ends. I just want to know their origin stories. They need origin stories for that. I mean, booties is so big and juicy that you could claim it as a dependent on your taxes. I don't. I'm like, how does that even? I don't get it. But yeah, the superficial looks of a woman, although I appreciate it, I know it's a lot. It is a lot. It can be dangerous. I love it when I hear other women post on a female's picture. They be like, "Look, I'm no better than a man." I mean, let that sink in. They're saying they're no better than a man, right? That's how beautiful or attractive they are. It's wild that their superficial looks are just so mesmerizing. They put you in a trance. Like seriously, I can recall when my son, like we were at my dad's house, and I helped my dad with something, right? And he's 12 at the time, right? So I'm coming outside and loading up stuff in the car, and he nudges me. I'm like, man, what you want, boy? He's like, look. And I looked up, and as soon as I saw her, I said, I already knew what time it was. I knew what time it was. She was probably around his age. She had like a 20-year-old body, which makes no sense. I don't know what they put in that water. But I already knew. I said, as soon as I looked up, I thought, oh, yeah, you done, bro. You done. Just go back in the house, man. Go back in the house. You done. And as soon as he saw me, he just stayed outside, throwing the football. I'm like, boy, you ain't never. What you doing, man? But I get it. I get it. He'd be like, Dad, we going over Granddad's house, man. Going over Granddad's house? I left something over there. I'm like, you ain't leaving nothing. I know what you want. It ain't nothing over there. You be all right, man. Go sit down. Go drink some natural spring water. Take a cold shower. No, but a woman's superficial look, it's so tempting, y'all. It really is. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it. I do. I love it. I love it too much sometimes. It's so crazy that listen, David in the Bible was a man after God's own heart, right? A man after God's own heart. He had thousands of wives and concubines, right? So you would think he'd be sexually okay, pleased, satisfied. You would think. But one day when he should have been out to war, he went on the palace rooftop and he saw a young lady bathing, and it was over. It was over. He's like, I gotta have her. This man disrupted this woman's life. She's minding her own business, trying to get fresh and so clean, and he had to go out of his way not only to sleep with her, not only to impregnate her, and he had her husband killed and tried to cover it up. Like, and this is a man after God's own heart. Like, if he can fall, we done. Like, we all can fall easy. So, although I appreciate the superficial looks of a woman, it can be very dangerous. Okay. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't love it. Okay. But that's not even the number one thing. What I really love is whatever God put in women, these attributes, it's it's really like I think that's what really hooks us. Once you get past the superficial, and it's hard, trust me. I am 17 years in my marriage and I still struggle with the superficial. Like my wife is trying to have a serious conversation with me while she's getting dressed. And everything's jiggling. I mean, chest is looking right, making me want to bite. And she's trying to have a conversation like, John, are you paying attention? No, I'm not paying attention. The blood that was in my head ain't there no more, woman. So I get it. The superficial looks are it's hard to get past at times. But once you get past those looks, okay, once you get past those looks, there's really a loving, caring, nurturing, driven, um, empathetic side to women that I think is really what makes them stand out as one of the God's greatest creations. Whenever you're going through tough times and you have a supportive woman by your side, you feel like you can take on the world. You know what I mean? The loving aspect. And women love so hard. They love hard. That's why I'm trying to train my sons to just understand that, don't play with them emotionally. Because a lot of us, growing up, we just didn't really understand the full aspect of what women bring to the table. And you don't want to play with, a woman's, emotions. And you want to guard that. Like I said before, that natural instinct should be to provide and protect. So I'm trying to raise them up to really, appreciate women and, be there for them. Because when they pour into you and you pour back into them, it only helps you out in the long run. Protecting that woman's peace is really how you can really allow them to really flourish in their attributes. That love, nurturing side, the driven side, the caring. I mean, they just. I mean, men can try to mimic it, but I just don't think we have. We just can't. We can't do it like a woman does it. I'm sorry. That's why kids they crazy about their moms. Like listen. I pray for my daughter, and everybody who knows me knows how bad I wanted a daughter. I prayed so hard for that little girl, and she, I just knew she'd be a daddy's girl. I knew it. Please. She run to her mama every time. When me and my wife are play fighting, she come in swinging on. She coming at me. She come at me. They ain't no they. She got a tab in her hand. She drop it. So, oh yeah, I got something for you, about head daddy. But I love it because I wouldn't have it any other way. I want you to be hard. I want you to go hard for the women in your lives, and I want my daughter to go hard for her mom. I want my sons to don't play about my wife. I love that because that's the way I am. I love it, and that's the way it should be. These are our women who we love. They help us. They nurture us. A lot of women they show their love by just providing for us as far as like taking care of us, our needs. A lot of women love to cook for you. You know what I'm saying? They come through frying stuff. Let them cook. Just let them cook. If a woman offers you some food, just take it. That's what they do, man. That's part of that it factor. Those attributes that God put in women. They're taking care of you. Let them cook. You eat that food up. You hear me? But yeah, I just love those attributes that women that God put in women. And when it comes out, oh my word, like it's very addictive. It's what makes you really fall hard for these women. Like my daughter, who's only like 5, right? When I'm like coming upstairs from a hard workout, I'm tired. She'll just be minding her own business, and maybe playing the iPad, whatever she's doing. I just kind of I kneel down next to her and I just rest my head on her because I'm tired, and she'll just so stop what she's doing, and she's like, "Daddy, you okay?" And then she'll grab my bald head, and then she'll kiss me, and I'm like, man, it's that nurturing touch, like, and she's 5 and she has it. Now, don't get twisted. Now, sometimes she'll slap the mess out of my head. I ain't gonna lie. When she has that jerk mentality like her father, she will slap me. But for the most part, when she's calm, it's It's a feeling I can't put into words. That it's that nurturing side of a woman. And I'm like, man, you're only 5 and you're displaying these attributes. As I'm cleaning up the house, she's trying to clean up. Uh, like I said, if I'm going through something, she's there. When she's laying next to me, I just feel a sense of calm, like I do with my wife. And I'm like, wow, that's that it factor coming out. When women have children, single moms, and they have like 3 jobs and they're providing or just making sure that their babies are taken care of. It's that it factor, that drive. Women pursue these, careers and whatever you're trying to pursue, and they accomplish it. It's that drive that's in women, that it factor. Again, I don't know what it is, but I love it. I absolutely love it. So, in order to really help our ladies and really just be there for them, we have to protect their peace. Hands down, we have to protect when you protect their peace, it allows those characteristics to really be on display, you know. And so it's so vital that we just protect their peace. How do we protect their peace? Number one, physically protect them, from other, individuals trying to harm them or whatever the case may be. But also just know that, women, they go hard for those who they love. So you got to make sure that they get the proper rest that they need. They will overdo it. And I see it all the time. Like they're hard workers because they want to please those who they care for. But you have to go out your way to make sure that they get the rest and that they're taking care of themselves, okay? Because they get caught up, boy. I'm like, well, if you don't sit your butt down, you're doing too much. Dads don't do that. They ain't about to get up. They be all right. Kids be okay. They just have to fail that science fair project. They should have known to have that board ready. I'm not going to no store at 3 a.m. Oh, well, they're going to get an F. But moms will do that. They will. They'll sacrifice themselves for others. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but as a man who loves women, we need to make sure that our ladies are taken care of and that they get the rest that they need, that they get the love and encouragement they need so they can encourage others. So I love how it works. Like, the more you pour into them, it's only going to come back to you because that's just how it works. Like, when you protect their peace and they're able to flourish in these attributes that God put in them, that it factor, it's going to come back on you because they're all going to put it back on you. It's a beautiful thing. It yields great results. You know what I'm saying? Now, women can still display those attributes, that caring love, driven mentality, empathy, in chaos, because a lot of them do that anyways. But ask yourself this question: would you rather perform well in peace or chaos? And like I said, as men and other individuals who love our women, just make sure we protect their peace. Communicate with them. Let them know where you're at. A lot of women worry about you because they care so much for you. Let them know where you're at. Communicate. Communicate. Talk to them. Ask them how they're doing. They may be trying to, you know, uh, not really go into detail what's really going on in their lives because they're, working on trying to please others and take care of others. But you need to, like, hey, sit them down, make sure they good. They mental. Make sure they good mentally. Make sure their mind is right. Make sure they taking care of themselves physically. Like, just protect their peace. That's why I want to pray for our women, because I just feel like they just need prayer. I love them. They've been there for us. We need to be there for them by, praying for them, protecting their peace, and making sure that, they're able to really, flourish, man. Like, when women are taken care of, man, they take care of everybody else. It's a nice little cycle. You take care of them, they take care of everybody else. These are the women we love. You say you love your wife, your daughter, your mom, your aunts, your nieces. Okay, well, you need to make sure that you're going out your way to protect them. If your sister has kids and maybe she's a single mom, go over there and spend time with the kids and let her get some rest, or let her have a ladies' night out, or whatever the case may be. Just, there's always ways to protect their peace, and we need to do that. We really do. So if you're a lady out there or a fellow who can appreciate what I'm saying, appreciates this channel, by all means, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel, where you're at. Are you one of those hard-working ladies you need a break? You need some rest? Let me know where you at. If you need prayer, by all means, I'm going to leave my email in the description and shoot me a prayer request, whatever's going on. It doesn't necessarily have to be, today's topic. If there's anything going on in your life, I definitely want to pray for you. But that's what I'm here to do. At the Intercession Hub, that's what we do. We pray for others, and our prayer warriors will also pray for you too. So I just pray, all the ladies, yeah, y'all good, that you guys are taking care of yourselves, that you take a minute, to rest, that you don't overdo it. You sit your sexy tails down. And I just thank God for y'all. I really do. I love you. Stay blessed up till we meet up. Take care.